What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I want to get into the free agents that I think Aaron Glenn and company are most likely to target. We've spent a lot of time on the quarterback, so I'm not going to talk quarterbacks in this one, but looking at the past where some of the top dogs have been, who are Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji, Steve Wilks, Tanner Engstrand, who are they going to end up targeting? Okay, let's go through some of the guys that I think make the most sense for the New York Jets based on where the core group of guys who are decision makers recently came from. It's not going to necessarily be all the stars that are becoming available. Like, it's obvious to go, oh, Detroit Lions, Carlton Davis, but are the Jets really going to spend big money on a corner number 2 after you just paid Michael Carter big money last year and you're likely going to have to pay Sauce Gardner in a year from now? I just don't see that one as overly realistic, for example. But someone from Detroit that I do think is very, very likely to come to the New York Jets is Levi Onwuzurike. Sorry, I'm going to butcher that name a million times, but he's an interior defensive lineman from the Detroit Lions, 27 years old, a second rounder from the 2021 draft class, 6'3", 290 pounds. 2024 was pretty much his breakout year, playing a career high in snaps, 635. Now, he didn't put up crazy high sack numbers, but for some of these guys, we got to dig a little bit deeper here, folks. Just 1.5 sacks, but his 12.5% pass rush win rate put him in the top 15 for interior defensive linemen in the 2024 season. So he's still efficient at getting pressure on quarterbacks. And like, this is your fourth guy on the defensive line. You know, Quinnen Williams on the interior is going to be the main one. You just need someone who could be a functioning defensive lineman next to him. Javon Kinlaw was not that. Solomon Thomas was not that. They very much so missed out on functional interior defensive line play last year. And adding a guy like this, I think, would go a really long way. As I mentioned, it's a major position of need. His contract projection, according to PFF, is 2 years, $16.5 million, $10 million guaranteed. So we're talking like an $8.25 million AAV. I'd be all over this one. I think this is the guy that I think makes the most sense for the New York Jets. If you're looking at, all right, who's an Aaron Glenn guy coming with him from Detroit? This would be my guess. Guys, I want to talk to you about Mando, today's sponsor of the video. Mando Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes with free shipping as well. If you've watched the channel before, you've heard me talk about the bourbon leather. That is my favorite scent for the soap. This one's the whole body deodorant. Absolutely love that one. That's my favorite. The body spray that I just held up is perfect for keeping you smelling fresh all day long. And as a special offer to my listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code O'Leary at mandopodcast.com/O'Leary. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. For full transparency, I don't love this next one, but we got to talk through it because it's a big position of need, and I could see the Jets being interested in this player for actually 2 different reasons. And that guy that I'm talking about is Tim Patrick, the wide receiver from the Detroit Lions this past year. As I said, full transparency, don't love this one. This is not me advocating for it. It's me predicting who I think the Jets could target, and Tim Patrick would make this list. He was in Detroit last year after beginning his career with the Denver Broncos. So you have the Aaron Glenn, Tanner Engstrand, and Darren Muji connection. All the above, which is, I guess, a positive. The negative, and part of the reason why I don't love the idea, is he missed all of 2022 and then all of 2023 due to injury. In 2024, in his first year back after missing 2 years, 394 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. The Jets need bodies at their wide receiver position. It's going to be Garrett Wilson, Malachi Corley, Xavier Gipson. Like, they need to add some guys in there before they get to the NFL draft. Maybe they view him as an Allen Lazard replacement. He's 6'4", 214. He's probably going to cost around the vet minimum. This isn't someone you're paying. It's like, oh, that's our number 2 wide receiver. Like, we're all good here. No, obviously not. But maybe as a 3rd or 4th option, they want to take a swing on a 1-year vet minimum type thing. That I could see. Okay, next up, we are going with the defensive side of the ball. I'm taking a look at Dre Greenlaw, a little bit of a bigger name, linebacker from the 49ers. Now, he got hurt in last year, not this past year, the year before Super Bowl, and he missed most of the 2024 season because of that, unfortunately. But linebacker sneaky could become a pretty big need for the New York Jets. Jamien Sherwood's a free agent. I'm open to the idea of bringing Jamien Sherwood back. I wonder if he wants to stay or if he is going to follow Robert Saleh to the 49ers or Jeff Ulbrich to the Atlanta Falcons. I think both teams could use more at linebacker, and both of those coaches who coach Sherwood, they love the guy. So I think the Jets are at a disadvantage with keeping him. I think he's probably more likely to leave for one of those 2 spots. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because Jamien Sherwood, it's nice to find a player, develop them, they get better year over year, you reward them with a contract, and they stay. That's the goal. And I'd like to see that for Jamien Sherwood. I just don't know if there's a guarantee. Now, CJ Mosley, and another one just quickly on CJ. I don't think he's healthy anymore. I don't know if he could play because of the health concerns, and that means the Jets will need a linebacker. There's the obvious connection with new defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. He was there in 2023 with Steve Wilks and Dre Greenlaw, and that was one of the better seasons that Greenlaw had. 120 tackles that year. He's a very sure tackler at his position. He's excellent in the run game. His career missed tackle rate is just 7.6%. Something that you're going to hear me talk a lot about this offseason is targeting guys who are very good tacklers, because it frustrated me to no end how poor the Jets were, especially at the second level. So like linebacker, safety, corners, tackling. It was embarrassing, and that's why they were getting gashed in the run game. Signing a guy like Greenlaw would go a long way to helping that. And because of the injury, you're probably looking at a 1-year deal, maybe around $7 million is the projection right now. I'm interested in it. Sticking with the 49ers, how about we talk about the safety, Talanoa Hufanga? He's 26 years old, 5th round pick from 2021. Now, his best 2 years with the team were in 2022 and 2023, where Steve Wilks was there for that 1 year. He did miss a lot of time. This past year, missed 10 games. He did miss 7 games in 2023. He was effective in the 10 that he did play, but he was an all-pro caliber guy. He was an all-pro and a really damn good football player in 2022 when he was fully healthy. He has a nose for the football, but health is a major concern. I have other safeties that I would rather target. But again, this is not me saying who I would like for the New York Jets to sign at each spot. This is me saying connecting the dots between positions of need for the Jets and former players of the new coaching staff and the new general manager. His projected deal is 2 years, $25 million, so a $12.5 million AAV. If he's healthy, he's a really good football player. The injury concern scares me, though. I'm not going to lie to you. And last but not least, DJ Jones, the Broncos' interior defensive lineman. Big position of need. We know that's where the general manager came from. I think that's a name that would make a lot of sense for the New York Jets. He's a little bit older, at 30 years old. He's not, ancient, but he's not young by any means. Even still, at 30, he's one of the league's best run defenders. His 11.3% run stop rate from 2024 was 3rd most for interior defensive linemen in the league. He's not going to give you a ton of pass rush juice. He has a slight missed tackle issue, but which is strange because he's good. Like, he grades out very well in stopping the run. But he also has been prone to missing tackles, so I think I would prefer Onwuzurike over DJ Jones, but I think he could do a lot worse, and he's going to be a cheaper option, like a 2-year, $9 million AAV type of thing. So I would expect the Jets to target one of those 2 interior defensive linemen that I mentioned. I think both make a lot of sense. Onwuzurike would be my pick, but wanted to toss DJ Jones out there as well as a legit possibility. No quarterback talk in this one. How about it? We're changing things up a little bit here. We did a ton of quarterback talk this week, and we will continue to do more, but wanted to get some other positional groups in here. Outside of quarterback, who are some guys that you think the Jets will be targeting? What do you think of my list? Did I leave anyone off? Who would you add? I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.